This is a story about Zach. Zach was 14. His family saw him as a prodigy, gifted for his age. But as with many gifted children, he was an outsider, preferred his own company. He was difficult to get to know and love. When Zach was 9, his parents separated. He lived with his mother and his sister. Before long, Zach became so withdrawn that the only solace he could find were in his computer games and making videos to go online, under an alter ego. Zach's parents said he had zero ability, zero friends, and so, when choosing the name of his online alter ego, he chose Zero. This is a tale about personalities, and the ones that some people displayed to Zach, and who those people turned out to be. Not everyone is as they seem. Zach wasn't. After a while, Zach made mistakes, big ones. He ended up in a behavioural correction facility where teenage criminals are sent when adults think they can fix them or change their ways. I'll always remember the false sense of security when they rang up to say that they were going to get the one who did it. Unfortunately, when he ended up dead, they learnt that it's not always that easy.
Why am I here? Stop smiling at your bloody clipboard and tell me why I'm here. It's because I stole that pen last week, innit? That's why, once again, when something goes wrong, the world and its dog comes rushing in on me. Listen, there's no need to be pretending to be all smarmy and nice, is there? Just to try and get some out of me when there's nothing to get at. You're just as bad, you know. There's all the rest of them out there, just assuming it's me as normal. If in doubt, blame Alex. She likes a good laugh at other people, yeah? Look, I ain't even gone near him in a full week. And why would I even do it? To be honest with you, I don't even care instead. Just like you lot seem to think it's me. I bet I'm the first one in here again, and I. Not going out there and sort out Cow, have ya? Nah, she's too quiet and well behaved, yeah? Saying all the pretend please sir and thanks miss, just to try and get themselves out of trouble. I bet Cal did it. Do you know what? Cal's too big for herself round here. We all know she should be listening to me. I've got the brains to last here. What has she got that I haven't, eh? Apart from she bruises better. And yet, oh no, here she is, Alex, the one who causes all the trouble, yeah? She must have done it. Stick another 20 years on her and job done. Look, you know I killed the other. I admitted it and I'm serving my time. And yes, some people do annoy me. And I might occasionally nick something if I need it, but you're accusing me of killing someone else. Do you know what? I think I'm done talking now. You're going to need some sort of proof. Tell me why I'm supposed to have done it, eh? Come on. What possible reason do I have? That's right, nothing. Now, I stay out of your way, so do me a favour and stay out of mine.
Yes, I organise where everyone's going to sit, but that's not really a crime, is it? We both know that in here, if you're not somebody of a cool head, it's never going to end well for you. So, when it comes to sorting out dinner time, naturally, it's got to be someone like me who sorts it. And yes, of course Alex was annoyed because he wanted to sit with Cal, but he just wanted to beat the living daylights out of her. And I'm not entirely sure people would have been pleased with me if I did that, because of what happened earlier between them two. Even if Alex had got to sit with Cal, she still wouldn't have been anywhere near Zach, especially not close enough to reach his food. You know, it takes a lot for a person to come up with an arrangement for a meal. It may not sound like much, but it is. And take Zach for example. It's pretty safe to sit with him almost anyone else as well. He doesn't really seem to fall out too easily with people. Well, he didn't anyway. Obviously, he's fallen out with someone. If you knew who though, I imagine I wouldn't even be here. Because you would have done your job properly. And what's that again? Oh, it's to protect us. Well, you don't seem to do your job properly, especially for Zach, do you? You see, when you know people, when you really get to know people, you can work out who exactly isn't capable of something. Work out what makes them tick. Work out exactly how far you can push them. And then once you've done that, you can work out exactly how useful they can be. Cal and Alex couldn't sit together. That's all I got told.
It's because she thinks she's tough. She's not though. She's a child. We're all children. Alex, however, thinks she deserves to be looked up as a god. A tyrant sort of character. If Alex is a god, it would be considered lucky to be worshipped by the reflection in a mirror. All she does is waltz around the place like this is a playground. Like nobody's here because they've done wrong. They're just here to serve her. And I'm telling you now, I'm not here for her. I'm here to be myself. She doesn't know half of what I'm capable of. I didn't even fall out with Alex. Sometimes you just need a little protection from that moron. Look, I know it might sound strange given everything that happened that afternoon, but I don't think Alex would have done it. I mean, yeah, unpredictable, inconsiderate, and basically unlikable, but she's not even that smart. She wouldn't have been that obvious. Cause a scene about wanting to sit next to the person you're going to kill. A bit too stupid even for her. She started another go at me. Yeah. But that was because Bird didn't put her next to me when all she wanted to do was to get a right digging at me. I mean, what sort of reason is that? To sit next to someone to try and piss them off even more than you already have? Anyways, she didn't sit next to me in the end. Turns out shouting and causing a fuss doesn't always get you what you want. Bird put Danny between me and Zach, so no space for Alex. What a shame. And well, Alex was hardly going to start having a go at Danny, was she? Danny wouldn't hurt a fly. Although, didn't look happy though when the other one came and decided to start shoving people around.
No, I don't. Sorry. I want to help and everything, but I don't know why Alex was doing such a fuss to move me out of the way. I'm kind of used to it all now, that people don't really notice me, but that's how I like it. I'm more of a listener, means I can take notice of who is saying what and who likes doing everything. Suits me perfectly. I guess a while back I decided I was just going to try and be myself. I don't really want to hide away, but I don't want people to be afraid of some sort of fake persona as a boxer. I decided I was going to be myself. A sort of friend to everyone. Not that I need or want everyone to like me. I'd rather just get my head down, get on with it, and get out of here. You know why I'm in here. I started taking stuff soon that I had something. I stole my teacher's credit card, and then I was just a bit daft. Went around buying loads of stuff I knew I'd never be able to afford. Don't know what I was thinking really. I just knew that I wanted to have something that I never had anything of my own before. I suppose this is me in here. Nobody has anything anywhere. At least I found somewhere I can finally be equal, can finally be on the level playing field. Don't tell my mum that though she'll kill me. Sees everything she had to give to us. But well, sometimes I just wanted something of my own. You know? I can't wait to see her again. I'd kill to spot a little smile from her right now. Even though I'll never probably see one again. Disappointed her, I know. I have, so while I'm in here, I'm going to do my best to make up for it. Alex didn't get there in the end. Ed got there first, really hurt me.
I ain't telling you anything. So don't even bother asking those silly little questions going round and round in circles until you find out what you were always going to. Which is absolutely nothing. Listen. And listen to me very closely. No matter what you ask, no matter what you want to know, you won't break me. Do you understand? You won't break me. Do you know who I am? Age of 5. I threw a rock at my mother when she didn't get me the magazine I wanted. Saw my dad do it before. Worked for him. And when he came home on that night, mother expecting me to be this scared little girl, I said, she fell. And he took my side. Stupid little woman. Always thought I was just going through some phase. How wrong she was. I'm a success. I win every fight I ever start. Everyone in the street knows my name. What more to life is there than that? I'm famous. Everyone fears me. I'm at the top of the food chain, and I got everything I need. When someone does something you don't like, whatever happens next is their own doing. Zach had it coming. Don't know what he did. Nope, don't care neither. He pissed someone off. Now he's dead. Serves him right. Way the world works. If it wrongs you, you take revenge until it sorts itself back out. You put it right in your own way. No other way to live, is there? If you sat there thinking, eventually I'm gonna slip up and say something you want to hear, you're wrong. I'm not going to. I wanted to sit there, so I sat there. End of story. Move on. Find someone else who'll kneel and embrace every one of your little desires and kiss your ass. Because I'll tell you one thing. Today, that's not going to be me.
I'm not sure what I can say really. I don't want to get into trouble. How long has everyone else been in here for? Can I just walk out after the same sort of amount of time? Because I don't want it to look like I've told you anything. It'll make my life hell back there. And, well, I just can't really take much more of this. Don't get me wrong, I want to help you work it out clearly. I really, honestly do. I feel so sorry for him and his family. Finding out about it must have been awful. I wonder When was the last time they saw him? Makes me sad just to think about it. I'll tell you what I can remember. Only so you can try and give his family some information. Okay. But you need to let me out on time. And you can't tell anyone it was from me. Okay? Right. Ed was there. And she did push Danny out of the way. I'm not sure why. But I do know that the dinner seating arrangements were not the cause of whatever happened. Something else had gone on during the day and I'm not sure what it was. Everyone was being really edgy and seemed to be taking sides. And of course Ed was leading one of them, spreading something around. I don't know what, but she usually doesn't like, team up with other people. If that makes sense. Anyway, while Alex was causing a fuss about the seating, Ed was watching her from the corner of the room. And do you know who she was speaking to? Jerry. Now, listen. Those two normally hate each other, cannot stand each other, never talk to each other. And they were both talking while they stared at Alex. As soon as she moved away, Ed saw his chance and headed straight away to sit between Zach and Cal. Didn't even care. It meant pushing Danny out of the way. Danny is nice. He seems to smile a lot. But, yeah. Ed and Jerry, they're not normally anywhere near each other.
So what if I was talking to Ed? That illegal too, no, is it? I can talk to who I want, when I want. When you're banged up in here, don't know what else to look forward to. So, you might as well talk to one another. Or that's a massive problem for you as well. Anyways, who said I was even talking to Ed? Was it Alex or Cal? Can't trust those two. Always some strange scheme going on and usually revolves around one of them. Alex is loud and ridiculous, but Cal is manipulative. Can't believe a word she says. Well, you'll do well to remember that. So no, maybe I wasn't talking to Ed. I'll tell you what, when you tell me who said I was, maybe then I can have a fair deal. Sound good? Now listen, I have learnt two very important things while I've been in here. Number one, never let anyone know who you really are. Number two, if you're not the biggest, strongest or scariest, you find the person who is and get them on your side. Now I ain't telling you out about what I've done, but I'll tell you what. Hal is my eyes and ears. She spots everything a mile off. Trust her with my life, I do. She won't let a fly at me. If something was going on in here with Zach, Ed, Alex or Cal, Hal would know. That's the job I gave her. Notice everything. Now I'm not helping you mind, but we've got to stick together in a place like this. Hal knows that, and she knows I look out for everyone. I've got the most powerful weapon with Hal by my side. Nothing will ever happen to me in here.
She said what? That I'm by her side? Let me be clear. Anyone thinks they can play about with me, thinks I'm their property. I'll use their head as a basketball and shove them so far through a mangle they'll be able to see themselves screaming.
Zach would never hurt anyone. I know that his actions did, in a way, but I know he wouldn't have wanted anyone to actually get hurt from them. Just before he was arrested, he was addicted to chess. Everything he owned had some sort of link to it, like he was always playing the game, like he was part of the game. All of the pieces had their places. He used to tell me about them, the people that bullied him, the rook and the bishop he referred to them as, and used to take secret films of what they did, tiny cameras hidden on him. Part of me hopes that somehow he caught on to who did this to him, and that the final video will give us some answers.
Standing in the cold and the frozen wind, I'm leaving you behind, but it's not the end. No, no, no. Walking on the plane as I hold my breath, it's gonna be a week till I breathe again. No, no, no. And I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you. Call me anytime you can see the lightning. Don't you be alone, you can always find me. We got a wild raging, raging. Lost among a million chain of faces. Every your eyes can trade of places. We got a wild raging, checking into hotel loneliness. It's not what I've been used to, I confess. So wake up 3 times a night. And I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you. Call me anytime you can see the lightning. Don't you be alone, you can always find me. We got a wild raging, raging. Lost among a million chain of faces. Every your eyes can trade of places. We got a wild raging, raging.
It's strange when you hear you've lost something, or someone you love. It's like, that's it. That's the moment that your world collapses. The second nothing seems worth anything anymore. Like the glimmer of hope that had grown into some sort of light has gone out. And you're who you always were, to start with. shell. A nobody. Lonely. Your heart is squeezed, you can't breathe, and then you grit your teeth so tight together that a train could smash into them, and yet they'd still not break. You forget how to move, then you have to react. You wonder, what do I do now? Then the doubt turns to rage. Pure, unclean, dirty, cold rage. You wonder, who could do something like that? Who could be capable of tearing away something so dear to somebody else? Then you realise, love and hate are not opposites. They're capable of causing each other to exist.
I ain't gonna sit. You can sit if you want, be my guest, but last time I sat for anyone, I ended up with a lump right on the back of my head from when the chair legs were kicked out. No, the pain, I don't mind, but I never have. I just won't have the disrespect. I've been in here long enough to know who's gonna have your back and who wants to put a sharpened spoon through it. The last person who tried to disrespect me, well, he was drinking his food for a month after his jaw suddenly just collapsed in a terrible accident on the stairs. Shame. You've done your research. You know why I'm here. Go ask the guy who made the unfortunate mistake of upsetting my mum. He got a long stay in hospital, and I got a longer stay in here. I don't give a toss. I'd do it again and again and again. Because you know what? I can. You wouldn't even try to stop me. No, I can see it in your eyes. No nerve. Are you going to ask me why I beat Zach up then? I got a week locked down and lost my shop privileges for a month, but I didn't like the way he ate his food with just a fork in one hand and some stupid book in the other. You know, my mum used to slap me for table manners like that. I bet you won't even ask him about Zach's pathetic little crush on her. I saw the drawing he drew of her. Freak. If he drew me, I'd draw blood.
What do you mean I had a crush on me? Of course he didn't. Everyone knows Jake's fit from the outside. I mean, come on. Jake is like 5 times the guy Zach will ever be. You saw him, right? He would just sit there, put his head down, imagine being on a computer. Again, sad wasn't it? Nothing like Jake at all. Did he ever tell you the first time we met? We was out with some friends and there was an ass that he saw me looking at. And later on in the day, he said we should slip off from the group and go have a close look. So I did. We stood and stared at it for a while, and then he grabbed it off the shelf, grabbed my hand and told me to run. We never stopped running since. We lived a life of adventure, not all boring like Zach. I suppose it's only natural I might have a bit of a crush on me. After all, I am a great person, fun to be around. Everyone knows it, just ask. I did find it strange though. A facility like this, with boys in it as well. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about being treated like a guinea pig and experiment. I get they're all on 16 and that, but looks at me though, like they stand a chance. It's a bit gross sometimes. I belong to Jake, and as soon as I get out of here, he's going to be waiting by those gates, just waiting for me. Just you watch. I'll tell you what though, if you reckon me and Zach going around together, it's Jack had a thing for, following around like a pup on a leash. Zach and Jack, the troublesome twosome.
You know what I miss most? Being in here. Coffee. Good, posh coffee. All the letters have is this filthy instant stuff. That's not coffee. You wouldn't give someone some lettuce and tell them to skunk it, would you? I used to drink gallons of that stuff. Sat in the coffee shop, wearing more on my wrists than the staff found in 3 months. And selling my own brand of pick-me-up. The cops can nick the muppets who sell on the corner streets or in their MOT-filled Corsa, but I got my regulars who sit with me, drink a latte, and buy 50 quid's worth of sniff. No one even looks at me. With my laptop on the table, I'm just a student writing artsy-fartsy university crap, while selling my father's legacy in little plastic bags. I did the crime, I took the money, and Dad's solicitor's mate made sure I got a slap on the wrist sentence. And as long as I keep working the garden, smiling, I get out of here in under a year. Quite funny, really. It was plans that got me locked up in here. I'm in a hospital garden reaping a different weed. Gotta laugh here. I don't deal the stuff in here. It'd be so easy, but I already got the respect of the others, and I'd be mad to give myself another 2-year sentence. The other inmates know the score. I know they're getting some powder from another guy in here. And I'd end up like Zack if he found out I was getting on his territory. When I get out of here, I'll be back in the family business. Dad calls it an industry growth, which stopped being funny the second time he said it. If you're questioning me, Zack, yeah, maybe we did get along better than most would call us a pair. Separated lives and all. I like a kid who just gets along with his time in here. Bothers no one, doesn't throw his weight around. He was a bit of a genius though, so I don't know how he got into this mess. If he was that much of a genius, he'd be on his bed right now, eating a week-old donut that they think is a treat in here. Instead, he's cold on a table while you pick him apart, and you pick us apart.
They talk to me, you know. They talk only to me. But I don't take orders. Okay? They tell me to touch people. Get close. To feel their hot breath on my cheek and steal their thoughts. I like that. You can almost taste their salty breath They are in tears and make you flinch. I suppose that is why nobody comes near me or steals my food or steals my coins. Jerry tried that once. I burned her by pushing a red hot spoon under her chin. I got 3 days for that in the White Room. I do not care because I like it there. The voices there, they suggest stuff. They tell me to hurt people. Not kill them or out, but like, yeah. But just imagine the power to be able to have the choice of who lives and who dies. They're breathing because I allowed it. What are the voices like? It's always a posh voice, like a head teacher or a baddie. like in Star Wars, Jedi. That's it. Anyway, that is not what happened with Zach. I have had so many people in my face pushing me to tell the truth. But I'm too smart. I'm too smart for their dumb games. I sit with who I want and eat with who I want. If Zach was killed, it's nothing to do with me because, yeah. Anyway. And so what if it was on my table? So were the others. Ask him. He was weird. Anyway. Did I know Zach? Not really. He was always reading. He was always reading. Never left his room. And never made eye contact. The drawings that he had, they were mythical creatures. And he called it, like, they called them from this place called Nether. Oh. There were always 3 creatures. Anyway, I heard him talking. Wait, no. I heard you talking to Alex. And you know, I heard my name mentioned. You know, the good cop, bad cop stuff. Yeah. Well, all of that is fooling. No one. So I want nothing to do with you, and you don't want nothing to do with me. So what you gonna do? What you gonna threaten me with, eh? I ain't scared of you. The voices told me to stay quiet and wait. I'm smart.
The pins were his idea. I didn't kick it that hard. And I have no idea how that wine ended up in my bed frame. I just wanted to get that out there now, as I'm sure you'll try pin it all on me. Bit of a sunny day, ain't it? You don't usually associate sunny days with people dying, do you? My fourth, you know. Fourth time I've been in one of these places and someone has died. You would have thought with all these killers and people like me around, they'd take a bit more care of us. Nah, it's a tough break. Could tell you one like most of us. One of the ones you know you won't see again. Made one stupid mistake and ended up in here. Same story for a lot of us, I guess. Don't really meant to be here. I am. I'm meant to be here. I think I was born to be here. My land. My sort of place. Sterile. Can't hurt as many people in here, I guess. I just enjoy it. I get a buzz out of it, you know. But it's not as fun when people are watching you all the time. Look, I'm going to be honest with you now. You've got all your work cut out, and there's not many of us left. Any one of us could have walked past Zach whilst he was eating. Everyone was already a bit edgy about what happened with Alex and Cal earlier. You know, when Mo. Well, Cal didn't like it when Alex called Mo weird. Let's put it that way. And there was a lot of tension. I don't know what Mo thought. No one ever does.
Who does she think she is? Oh, I don't know who she is. Why do you care? She's an idiot, you know. She's got to tie her own laces. She shouldn't pick on us, though. No, but we can protect ourselves, right? Right. I didn't even know, Alex. You said it first. It wasn't until Cal just started squaring up. Exactly. He should have kept quiet and it would all have been okay. I know I'm weird. And everyone says so. But I just want to be left alone. Stop it! No, you stop it! Zach is dead. And nothing you ask us or anyone else is going to change that. So, why is it worth the effort? I mean, we got to try. We'll do our best to help you. Won't we? I guess we'll have to try. Once Cal has an idea in her head, she's very hard to throw off. Well, Alex. Just Alex. So, when they disagree, fireworks. Cal annoys us though, doesn't he? He thinks he's some sort of above everyone else, like he's some sort of protector. And we don't need a protector. So what if Alex doesn't like us? He doesn't like most people. Maybe that is what Zach and Ned spoke to Cal about. About leaving us alone. They don't normally speak. Ned is the new one. And he doesn't speak to many people. He's definitely suspicious. Isn't he? Yeah, he's one to watch out for. He's probably done a lot of stuff. Like hell. Yeah. Isn't it weird how you've got to find a criminal in a building full of criminals? Can you get me out of here? I'm not supposed to be in this place. They say justice is blind, but the justice I got is bloody deaf as well. No one listens to me, and my so-called mate left me to get all the blame. He bust the window, he took the car, and he left me there to swing for it. Reese bailed when the car hit that wall, and I've paid the price. 2 years inside for 2 minutes of joyriding. Joy. That's funny, that is. I ain't getting much joy while Reese gets to walk the streets. If I was a bit faster in a 200-metre sprint, I'd be walking with him as well. I made a mistake, and I know I was warned against hanging around with Reese, but there was nothing to do. No money, and my parents didn't give a toss where I was. Well, now they know where I am, and guess what? They still don't care. Screw them. Aren't you going to ask me about Zach? Why not just put a rope around my neck and I'll take the blame for that too? I bet they all told you I didn't get on with him. But I don't get on with anyone, and that's not a crime. Ask the questions. I'll just wait to see if Cal drops me and I'll have him. I might as well get done for actually committing a crime. If he fingers me, he'll end up walking with sticks for a year. I swear down. I'm the only decent one in here. And you know it. Look at me. And look at that lot. Scum. Plain and simple. Where's me? I'm a good person.
Have you ever even really stared at a flame? I mean, got so close that the heat makes your eyes sting and dry up, so you had to blink water into them. There's infinite amounts of patterns and sizes that a tiny matchstick can make someone know. First, there's a violent flare, a hiss, and then a silence. As you watch a tiny orange teardrop burn its way down the stick. I can always hold it right until the end because I got no feeling in these 3 fingertips. You know what is funny? I didn't even smoke, but they always let me buy matches and lighter fluid from the shops, even as a 12-year-old. Once, my dad let me light the barbecue in the back garden because I could always get really hot. He called me his little firebug. He said that too when I burnt the caretaker's shed down. He was so upset. He even used the F word. His face was bright red and had little sparks in his eyes as the police came. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. I didn't know the caretaker was in the shed. I know what I did was wrong, but just watching a tiny spark turn into a flame, then that turn into an angry pyramid of fire, makes me sing inside. Oh yeah, there's a song that my mum and dad like called Set Fire to Rain. The chorus makes my soul tingle and my fingertips tingle. I set fire to rain. I watch it pour as it touches your face. It burns when I cry as it screams out your name. I know you can't really set fire to rain, but if you could, the whole world would be alight. Alight? What? Zach? I was meant to be speaking about him? Nah, didn't know him. Yesterday's news doesn't matter anymore.
When a human senses danger, they should act in 2 very different ways. Some run towards it, facing the danger, staring it in the face, carrying the burden for others. The others, well, they run away, afraid of what might happen, of what people might think if they're seen to run away. But there is also a third, a strange, modern reaction. Those who watch, those who laugh, record, or stare. The depths of humanity. Those who haven't got the guts to stand up and be counted. Those who don't know how to hold themselves in a larger picture of society. That was Zach. He didn't know where he stood or who he was. I used to be there, wandering freely, unaware of what I would do. But now I know what I would do. I would wait and watch for the ones who squirm at the side, trying to run, but watching the chaos out of the corner of their eyes. They are the ones to watch, to observe, to punish. What is it to have a life? You have one chance, and no matter how hard you try to live it properly, it can all be wiped away in a second. Out of your hands. Does love make a difference? Do friends make a difference? I'm going to try and care about everyone, but it will be hard. Eventually, someone might notice me, and if not, I'll know I was right. There is no such thing as humanity. I know if I wait long enough, I'll make Zach proud. Make sure he knows that I'm not the one who is going to stand and accept life for what it is. I'll feel alive. Alive for my brother. So, that was it. We never found out how he died, who did it. I guess we'll never know. The police even said it might have been part of his plan. They never did find the camera. His death hasn't been for nothing. It's made me who I'm going to be.
Standing in the cold and the frozen wind, I'm leaving you behind, but it's not the end. No, no, no. Walking on the plane as I hold my breath. It's gonna be a week till I breathe again. No, no, no. And I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you. Call me anytime you can see the lightning. Don't you be alone, you can always find me. We've got a wild raging, raging. Lost among a million chain of faces. Every your eyes can trade in places. We've got a wild raging, raging. Checking into hotel loneliness. It's not what I've been used to, I confess. I wake up 3 times a night. And I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you.